Comic book fans, you've just seen me open up a big box of comics from Stackry from the USA. There were 37 comics in total. What I've done is I've worked out now what the total freight costs are. It worked out about including the freight from whoever was selling it to Stackry and then the Stackry cost across to me, worked out at about $4 a comic, with 37 comics in the box. So I've added the freight costs to the purchase cost of the comics to calculate out whether buying comics in the States, either on eBay or on Whatnot, is worth it. Right, I'm going to start off with the ones that I bought on eBay. So these are comics that I was looking for. The comics I knew what the fair market value was. And the first one, I also got a bit lucky with this one because I actually bought this because I was chasing chasing Rocketeer and Dave Stevens before the announcement came out about the new Rocketeer movie. So I paid, including freight, I paid about £12 for this. And currently it's selling on UK eBay at about there's a copy on UK eBay for £25. So this was definitely a winner. Okay, but there was a bit of luck in there in terms of timing. Right, next up, I've got a pile of mez. In other words, I could probably have got the same thing in the UK, or maybe not. Anyway, this next one, it's Black Angel. It's got a Dave Stevens cover with freight. This cost me $20. So what's that? About £15. There aren't any of these currently on UK eBay, so I can't tell you what this would cost me in the UK. Right, my next. So I'm not counting that as a win. Next up is this King Kong #1. Now, this again is a Dave Stevens cover, and I paid about £12 for this, freight costs included. Well, the fair market value of this in a graded 9.8 is currently $200. Again, there's no copies of this on UK eBay. There are a few on US eBay, but they don't look as in good condition as this one does. This one could well be in the nines if I get it graded, which I probably will. Right, so the final one I bought on eBay was Vengeance of Vampirella. All in cost for this for me was again about £12. I'm counting this as a meh. There's one on UK eBay at a similar sort of price, so I could have got this in the UK at a similar price. So I didn't lose out, but it didn't gain me anything by buying it in the States. Right, so now my Whatnot purchases. Right, some of these not good. Okay, and this is largely because I was just buying cheap comics because there was nobody else bidding. But the problem is, excuse me, when you add freight costs, and you're buying dollar bin comics, by the time you've gotten to the UK, so I bought some Green Lanterns, and I think all in, I think I paid about $3, a dollar each for these. Okay, but by the time you add $4 to each of these, they've cost me $5 each. I don't think it's a very clever buy. So I will not be buying dollar bin comics again on Whatnot, because when you add the freight costs in, it's not worth it. Plus, I don't collect Green Lantern, so why am I buying something I don't really know anything about? The only interesting thing here is that on the back of this one, there's an advert for Masters of the Universe video game. Now that must be a pretty early appearance of Masters of the Universe on a comic. I need to check to see whether that is the first appearance. I don't think it is, but it must be an early appearance. Anyway, not happy with those. Another sort of dollar bin comic, and I'd already got copies of this, so the fact, it was in a lot, and it wasn't expensive, but by the time you've added freight onto it, no, it wasn't worth it, and I wouldn't do it again. Same with this one. These three came as a lot, but none of them are worth anything, and I wouldn't do it again. And this one isn't in very good condition. And the final one is this one. Again, I'm buying something I didn't really know just because it was cheap, and by the time you've added freight on, it doesn't pay off. So no. And finally, I've got a couple more here, and these were from the guy who was giving away trading cards with sale, and I bid too much just so I could get onto the trading cards, and I need to check the trading cards, but Popeye 1, what do I want with that? And it's a modern reprint. Spider-Man 402, no, bad buy. And Robin 137. I mean, Robin 137, what do I want this for? So next lesson is, just because somebody's giving something away with a comic, do not bid more for it. Only bid for comics you actually want or know something about. Lesson learned. Right, I then got some or whatnots where it's a meh. I could have got this in the UK at the same price as what I paid on whatnot and shipping costs. So Spirits of Vengeance number 1, part of the Rise of the Midnight Suns saga. Scotty Young Nova number 1. I mean, it's a nice cover, but I could have bought this in the UK at the same price as my total cost from the States. I got these two together. It's a Deadpool number 1 from 2018. It's got a bit of value. I've probably broken even on those two, but I could have got them in the UK at a similar price. Another lot that came as 2 is Iron Man. That's from in the 90s, of course, and it's a lovely cover. But I don't really collect Iron Man, and I got these. They were reasonable, and with freight costs in, I've checked UK eBay, and I've probably paid what it would have cost me to have bought it in the UK. And then we've got a deceased one. I paid $5 for that, and to add $4 or $5 on for freight, and this is roughly what I'm going to have paid for it, £6-7 what I'd pay for it in the UK. So those are my not so goods and mez, but I do have a pile of ones where I've won. Okay, so this one I paid $11 for. It's got a price on it of $20, which is what he was selling it for in retail, but I paid $11 for this. So by the time you get to the UK, that's £16. That's a variant cover, and probably worth in the UK you probably pay £15 to £20 for this. So I paid about $15 with freight. So I've got that for lower cost than I would if I was buying it in the UK. We Live 1/4 print. I know what I'm buying here because I know We Live. I know what they're worth. This 4th print is, I think this comic is going to go up. This is one of my spec comics. I got that for $4, and then $4 freight, $8. Still think it's worth it. You could say it's a mat. I could probably find this for £5 or £6 in the UK. So maybe it's a mare, but I think it's a good spec comic. And We Live number 2. This was $2. And then you add the $4 freight, you get to $6, so that's around £4, £4.50. Again, you could say that's a mare, but I think this is going to go up in value, so I'm putting it on my win pile. Right, this Noctera number 1, I paid $10 for. This is the Boss Logic variant. I paid $10 for this, add $4 shipping costs $14, so that's about £10 in the UK. This Noctera one is hot. I have seen one of these on UK eBay at £15, so this landed cost to me £10, currently for £15 in the UK, so a bit of a win there. Right, on to some bigger wins here. These are quite nice. So these four were probably the more expensive ones that I bought, and the ones where I've had the biggest win. This is Miss Marvel 19, an interesting cover. This has got a bit of value and it's in a pretty decent condition, and I paid, what did I pay for this? Yeah, so I paid, where's the receipt? Yeah, I've got the prices for these four. Yeah, so I paid $7 for this. You add the shipping costs, we get to about $11, £7 or £8. I think I probably can get about 20 quid for that. Next up, and this one really surprised me, I paid $22 for this, and then shipping costs $26, so about 20 quid. This is the first comic. It's Captain Marvel 18. It's in really nice condition, really good condition. I've checked this up. This is the it says on the tag there, Carol Danvers gets her first issue in which Carol Danvers gets her powers as Miss Marvel. So this comic's actually worth something. So I paid about 20 quid for this. I think this is probably worth, even an ungraded in this condition, 50 quid. So this was a real result. Probably making up for those ones where I had an error. And the next two as well. So the next one up is the one I paid the most for. This cost me $48, so with another $4 added for shipping, $52. So watch that, it's around 40 quid, but it's a Fantastic Four 41 and it is in cracking condition. You know, I've got quite a few of these early Fantastic Fours and it's difficult to get them in good condition. I think this could be a 6 or a 6.5, maybe even better with a press and a clean. If so, I've paid 40 quid. I think this could be worth, I'm probably going to get it graded, but I think, you know, we could be talking this being worth about 80 and 90 pounds. So I think I could have doubled my money on this one. And you know, this is teaching me a lesson. I should buy what I know and what I understand. So I obviously knew when I saw this, I know about Fantastic Four, I know about the values, and you know, I've had a win here. And the next one up's the Fantastic Four as well. It's Fantastic Four 37. I paid $26 for this, including shipping costs, therefore $30. That's about £24, something like that. It's not as in good condition as the other one that I showed you, but even so, I paid 20. I think this is probably worth 40 to 50. So again, double my money. So it's teaching me a lesson. Buy what I know. Don't just buy it because it's cheap, especially if you're got to take into account the shipping costs. You know, because shipping costs $4 on a $50 book is less than 10%. $4 on a $1 book is 400%. Right, next up, and again, you know, buy what you know. This came in a lot. So this is the second print of The Watchmen from 2008, and surprisingly, fair market value of this in a 9.8 is $120, so 80 quid. I paid for that. Trans-Metropolitan 1 special issue and After Watchmen What's Next. I paid $10. So, you know, just that by itself, and it's in, you know, there's nothing wrong with it as far as I can see. So ungraded, I'd say that's probably worth 15 to 20 quid. So quid's in on that lot, even attributing no value to the other two comics. Here we go. Next up, Spider-Man 206. Again, you know, you can't really go wrong with Amazing Spider-Man. You can see I paid $6, so that's $10 all in. So that's £6-7 for that. You know, that's worth more than £6-7 in the UK in that sort of condition. So another win there. Then we have some sort of variant cover stuff, and you know, this one's amazing. I picked this one up. It cost me $2. So it's Wonder Woman 750. It's a variant cover. So $6 landed. So that's four quid. I don't know what this was new, but I would imagine it's more than 4 quid. It's a great big thick comic. It's a variant cover. It's showing as having a value of sort of $40 or $50 in a 9.8 on Go Collect. I don't think you'll pick one of those up for 4 quid in the UK. Right, next up, and again another win here. This is a really nice variant cover from Deceased Unkillables. It's a sketch cover, a sketch variant that's currently got value on Go Collect for a 9.8 of about $70 or $80. I paid $8, so that's $12 all in. Bargain. All right, next up, this one's great. I love this one. So this is Witches Bad Egg Halloween Special. It's a beautiful cover, foil cover, and it collects the first 12 issues of Witches. Scott Snyder and Scott and Jock as the artist. I paid, so $12 landed cost. This is a variant cover, beautiful variant cover. You know, getting that sort of bound volume of Witches, beautiful cover for $12, bargain. I'm going to be going up to a convention called Thought Bubble. Jockey's going to be there. That's going to be in my bag, and I'm going to get him to sign it. Right, and then finally, this one cost me $4. It's Batman Detective Comics 1027. So that's obviously 1,000 issues after Detective Comics 27. It's a Virgin variant, Bianchi. I paid $3, so all landed cost was $3, was it? $4. Landed cost $8. What's that? A fiver? You won't pick up one of these for a fiver in the UK. So overall, I think I've done pretty well. It's been worth buying in the States, and I've learnt some lessons. Do not buy dollar comics just because nobody else is bidding. Only buy comics where where I understand them. I understand the market for them, and I know when I'm getting a bargain. So I hope you found this interesting, and if you're buying from the States, don't make the same mistakes I did.